Hi, good afternoon. My name is Rosa Cabrera, Rosa Cabrera for those of you that don't speak Spanish. My grandfather came over from Mexico in the 1960s through a federal labor program. And he worked in the carnation fields and the apple orchards of San Jose, California. This is a historic moment. And while I am creating my own history, standing here as a Mexican woman, as the daughter of immigrant parents who still have a hard time making it in this country, we all have an opportunity to make history today. I'm one of 5 kids. I'm the oldest girl, and my parents worked in the fields, they worked in factories, and the only time in my whole life that my family had enough to eat or had enough money for the rent was when my dad had a union job, which was not often enough. And just seeing my parents work so hard every day and not getting them where they should have been, it really made me realize at a young age that government programs do make a big difference. I know that so many of us are so incredibly moved by Senator Obama's message of hope, but just hoping that he gets elected is not enough. You must get involved. I am pleading to all of you here today to get involved. I grew up in East San Jose in a really bad neighborhood where I had to start working when I was 13 years old, and I've been working since. I'm 31 now, and I'm the first person in my family to go to college, first person in my family to have a graduate degree. I have a law degree, and all of that is a result of my parents' sacrifice and hard work and their commitment to making sure that their kids had a little more than they did. So that's kind of what's brought me here when I listen to Senator Obama's message. I really feel like he appreciates my parents and the kind of parents that they were, and he wants people like my parents to succeed and to do well for themselves. And I really believe that in my heart, and that's why I'm devoting every spare hour that I have to his campaign.
What holds this country together is this attitude of selflessness, this fundamental belief that we've got a stake in each other, that I am my brother's keeper, that I am my sister's keeper, and that idea has to express itself not just in our churches, not just in our synagogues or mosques or temples, not just in our own families. It's got to express itself through our government. That's part of what America is all about. Recapturing that spirit that we are all in it together, that you're not on your own, that somebody's going to be there if you trip, if you fall.
This is the first time in our history where, in my lifetime certainly, that anybody with any kind of an immigrant background is running for president. And the fact that he's an African-American man who had an African father, I think it helps him understand in a way that no other candidate can. He can empathize with the struggles of immigrants. He can empathize with what it's like to be a person of color. Unlike any other candidate ever, there's someone who I feel, as a Mexican woman, as a first-generation Mexican woman, who really understands the challenges that we face and understands that when things get tough, when the economy gets tough, that he's not going to be somebody who's just going to point the finger at immigrants and say it's their fault. I don't think he would ever do that, because he knows, because that's a part of who he is as well.
Now, the conventional thinking in Washington tells us that we are irrevocably divided into red states and blue states, and that we're doomed to fight the same old partisan battles again and again and again and again. We're told that we can't come together to take on big challenges like healthcare or energy or education. But these crowds that I'm seeing, this crowd here today, tells me something else. It tells me that when it comes to what's wrong with this country, the American people are not the problem. The American people are the answer. And we've just got to get Washington to start listening to the American people.
I think he has this tremendous ability to bring people together from all different parts of society that I haven't seen in a really long time, and not in my lifetime.
Hope and change are not just the rhetoric of a campaign for me. Hope and change have been the causes of my life. Hope and change are the story of our country, and we're here today to continue that story of hope and of change, of hope and of change. We aren't just here to win an election, we are here to transform a nation.